well. Welcome. Oh, that isn't right, is it? Let's fix that. Let's fix it real quick here. I can fix it. Don't worry about me, I fix it. Okay? You like me to fix it? There we go. Oh, it's just edge to edge, isn't it? There we go. Okay. Day 2 of let's do some art. Yesterday we drew 2 Santa Clauses. This guy and this guy. And it's time that we do more. We continue down this path. All right. I realize that I'm supposed to do a Santa per day in December, but I'm trying to sandbag a little bit so that I know it's going to be crazy, and I don't want to have a day where I can't do it. Like tomorrow, I'm not going to have time to draw anything, so may as well get ahead of it, right? Adam 12, Zoe, Wabbit Magic, nice to see you all. Join me, won't you, in our little escapade? I also got to do some film sack art for the monthly art thing, so I'm thinking, you know what? Let's work on that. What could I do for this month's film sack art? I like to have it be movie related. So let me think about what that could be. Oh, my brain's no good today. You know what? Maybe I'll do like a character drawing of Martin Scorsese. Let me get a full shot of this guy, see what he's looking like these days. Does he still wear those big, thick glasses? Those black rimmed nightmare glasses? I think he does. Scorsese. Here's some images. Let's discuss these together. Okay. I mean, here he is being all Scorsese looking. Man, look at him when he was young. Such a different looking guy. It's weird. He always did have that one eyebrow deal going, though. Bunch of hair right in the middle. He looks like such a grandpa in these. Total grandpa type. I don't freaking know. I don't know a good reference photo. Maybe I don't want to do him. I don't know, man. I can't think of anything. What's a famous let's see, Krull glaive. Let's look at the Krull glaive. Maybe there's something there. Why is it all wrapped up? Was it wrapped in leather in that movie? like that, right? That's more like the reference we're looking for. Okay. I think that will do it. Let's try that. I'm just going to put this over here where I can see it. Use it for my reference. Yeah, we'll do something Krull related. We're, you know, it's our first episode we ever did. It's going to be a little tricky though. So, what do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of these equidistant. I'll cheat a little bit here. There's like some kind of like not looking for complete accuracy, but you know, something in the neighborhood. All right, that looks pretty good. Let's see. This thing goes all the way down. The way we'll do this, it goes down here, and this thing is like a circle. Well, let's see. It's like a, let me erase this. It's a little bit bigger, so let's say we go, the circle part is about that big. And there's little offshoots. I don't know what this is in the middle, but we'll just kind of approximate it. Okay, so we're going to take, and how we'll do this, let's see, let's do the math on it. We need 5 of these. So we'll do, just to test this. Okay. Pretty close to what we want, although this bottom one here is a little janky in terms of distance. Do it about there. And then this guy, I'm going to take him just a little bit. That's not bad. I think it's close. Problem is, oh, it's pretty good. Yeah, this pleases me. Okay, so I think we've got what we want. I could get weird and do like I don't want to do that. Yeah, we're doing the Krull glaive. That's what we're doing. Oops. Hey, Shoujo. You recognize the music? Nice work, Sarah. Look at you with the magnificent ear for what is good and right in the world. I should have asked you how traffic and things were in Vegas for the F1 stuff, since you live there now. You and Mitsula seeing how that sausage is made out there. Okay, let's go with this. Let's see. Probably that. All right. Here goes nothing. Let's have this go. Now, I can't remember. I mean, there's no through line there, so let's get rid of that. All right. So far, so good. Software and drawing. Oh, yeah. I guess I should tell you guys as we go because some of you are new. I am using an iPad Pro. It's not the latest model. It was the year before. And I'm using Procreate. You want to see something funny? Let's see if I can find this. I got to look in here, though. Where is it? I don't want to show any passwords. Here it is. Is that it? Yeah, look at this. This is freaking great. Whoops. Oh, what happened? What the heck? Okay, something went swoopy. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. I don't know why I did that. Anyway, I'll tell you what it was. I saw that when I looked at my battery usage, 99 or 97 point something % was used by Procreate. And the other, whatever the remaining percentage, small percentage, was the lock screen. So that tells you what I primarily use this device for. And I mean, it's taken over all my digital art hardware, just like 100% across the board. And it's true for a lot of people. I know some DC people, Marvel people that are doing entire comic books on the device. And whether you're painting, inking, drawing, whatever your style is, you'll find good stuff for you. All right. I should probably put up the one I'm showing, or the one I'm working with. Second here. This is the Krull I'm working with. So this is what I'm basing it on. Let's put it up here for reference. So we have it. Oh, Wabbit Magic, thanks for the sub. Thanks everybody, by the way. Any subs or any of that love would be appreciated. I don't know why that does that edging thing. There we go. Still working on how I'm setting this up. Apologies. Anyways, let's keep at it here. We got some stuff to work out. We'll see what it is. I'm making some changes to it a little bit. I'm not going perfect. That's not as fun for me. I'm not trying, might as well just take a photo. So I'm going to do my own little tweaks to it. It's more fun. Make up your own shit sometimes. All right. What else do we have here? We got a little bit of this. So we're probably going to go... I'm going to give it a little bit of... let's see. Not like that. Let's see. Procreate. Let's see. 1.3. Give yourself Krull's correct. Whoa. Cedia says that Krull is his favorite movie of all time. Is that true? I don't even know what to say to that. That's amazing. I mean, no judgment. You guys know how I talk about Fury Road, but yeah, I'm not here to judge. I'm here to love. I'm a lover, not a fighter. Okay. I think that's good for our blade base. Some other stuff here that's just kind of... Just give it a little bit of... some inking detail. You know what I realized today? The last movie I saw in movie theaters was Spider-Man. Spider-Verse is the last one I saw in theaters. But before that, the last two movies I've seen are Spider-Man movies. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse deal, the recent one. And then Spider-Man, the last Tom Holland, or Tom whatever Holland and the other two guys. The whole, what's it called? No Way Home? Is that it? That a little bit weird. That I used to go to movies all the time. I used to go all the time. I've fully embraced our wait till it comes home, watch it on your big TV kind of life. It's just me now. I've become that guy. All right. Now that we have the basis of this thing, we're going to do a little trickery here. That'll work. Come here, jackass. Whoops. Don't want that one. And finally, the fifth one. Birds of Prey. You saw that? Oh, I know. Yeah, that's a long time ago. You're like pre-pandemic. The last movie I saw before the pandemic was like a week before they shut everything down, and it was shit. Sonic, the Sonic movie, which I didn't hate. I found that movie a little more fun than I think was intended. See, this is how you tell that you didn't do equidistance. So that way we can actually kind of fix this. That works. It'll suffice. Okay. So now we've cheated our way from having to draw that 5 times, which is nice. And just in case, we're going to just group these because it's possible I want to move one of those, but I don't know when I will or how I will. Now, we got to get into this. We got to zoom in here. I want to see what's up. So on the sides of these, they look like Well, we'll figure it out. Okay. Let's do this. Okay. That'll work for that. And I changed my mind on the group. So this is just some kind of weird diamond thing, isn't it? I'm going to put an inner circle. Oh, I'm so shaky today. Me so shaky. Again, I'm taking liberties, not trying for accuracy necessarily. It's not as fun to me. That's not going to work. Let's do a star thing in the middle. Nothing too fancy. Just a hint of what it is. And then we can do like So I have a discussion point I wanted to talk about. We'll see what you guys talk about. Or what you guys think of this. But there's some controversy going around because the Video Game Awards has Dave the Diver on its list of potential winners for best indie title of the year, whatever it is. And people are mad because the creators of Dave the Diver are like a subsidiary, or they're a offshoot of a larger corporation. And so the controversy is like, what even defines that? Like, what defines a an indie title? What does that even mean? Why is main screen on? Hold on. That's why you're hearing echoes. Apologies. It's fixed now. The music should sound better now. Sorry about that. Yeah, so it's this big question of what does indie even mean? Independent, it's short for independent, obviously. So what does that mean? I mean, technically, Blizzard was an independent company before they got bought by a big corporation and flushed with money back in the day. Like pre-Vivendi even, that Davidson and Associates or whatever it was that owned them, or had the controlling stakes, and then later Vivendi, and then later Activision, and then now Microsoft. Like, when they were an independent small studio, did they suddenly stop becoming independent? You could argue during the Activision years, they definitely had less independence, but what does it mean? How do you even define it? I think it's tricky, and there's no real easy way to deal with it, to deal with the answer. Personally, I'm stoked because I thought Dave the Diver was one of the best games, but maybe I saw it as, oh, it's indie because it's kind of old school looking. It looks like it's got a retro aesthetic to it, so therefore it's indie because all indie games look like that. They're not big AAA 3D fests, But I don't think that's right. That's not the right definition. So then the bigger question is, why even have an independent category? Maybe you should have a category about genre. Maybe it's just simple, just best 2D experience. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. There is no good answer. I know I've got an equidistance problem with these blades, but I kind of don't care. I think it's fine. Someone's going to notice, but I'm not that worried about it. All right, so we've got our weird little middle bit. We know what to do there. Now I got to do these runes. I wish I would have done those before I duped them all, but I can still do that kind of. All right, so let's get our runes in. And it looks like it's just nonsense, so. Let's put some nonsense on there. That'll do. See? Easy. That's the trick. You just draw some nonsense and then you you stick it in. Hey, Scott, how do I draw a glaive? Draw some nonsense. Done. You know, I feel a little bad. I have a Wacom in the other room that just gathers dust. Let's see. Let's put all these together. And this thing is just so taken over as my method. Get a little bit of detail with that. I think I like that. Oh, shit. Okay. Let's get rid of our sketch layer. Now the question is, it's bugging me because I know they're not perfect, like equal. That's all right. I know what to do. Okay, let's add some detail to things. I think we can probably combine these now. And let's do just a little bit of just some small detail stuff. Excuse me. Excuse me. I want it to look like this has been used a little bit, you know? Yeah, Hades, though. See, Hades is, I mean, that company who makes Hades, Big Giant, is it Big Giant Games? What is it? Giant, whatever it is. They deserve that award, by the way, for 100%. But they're an independent company by the definition of, like, they're not owned by shareholders. Maybe that's it. Maybe independent is you know, you're on your own. You're not reliant on Tencent or anyone else. And that's what determines it, because that they fall into that. That's easily their category. Even though that game, I mean, I would argue it ekes into AAA in terms of, you know, what we think of AAA, which is usually like a quality thing or like a bigness thing or something. A bigness thing. That just sounds terrible. But I don't know. It's hard. Yeah, and you could say that's true. You could argue Valve is an indie studio. Dr. Calhoun makes a good point. They are, right? They're not public. They don't trade publicly. They're 100% sole proprietorship. Gabe still owns most of the shares. But they're a multi-billion, many billion-dollar company. So is it a money definition? Like, I don't actually have any skin in this game. I just think it's an interesting discussion. So anyway, I'm just curious. I'm curious what you guys think about this stuff. Okay. I'm happy enough. I don't even remember what was upside down or not. It doesn't matter, I guess. It's funny. I'm looking for the best angle. I don't know what it is. All right. Let us now get to some coloring, yo. And this is where I'm going to have to do some guessing. So let's do some base color. Looks like it's about like that. Yeah, and I could make that a different shade. So, all right. Shit. Film industry, indie is much more of an aesthetic. That's why Pulp Fiction was an indie movie, despite being distributed by Miramax, which is owned by Disney. That's interesting. We could probably find more parallels in the entertainment business, the film industry, I'll bet. That's pretty good. I don't know. To be honest, feels like we don't really have a definition for it. Because when it started, it was like, oh, okay, because dude that made Braid, what's his name? Jonathan Blow, is just one guy. That's what they should do. Let's change the category to be, forget about it being, indie as the term. Switch it over to one guy made a game. So Lucas Pope with Papers, Please. Or the Obra Dinn, although by then he had help. But, that's a good example of it. Stardew Valley guy. That would be a fun category anyway, and it would encourage individuals to do their creative best, right? And don't call it independent. Just say best, I don't know, single person product or something. Because I think those people deserve not just the recognition, but celebration for what they do. I love that. I've played some of my favorite quote unquote indie games were ones where it was just like a dude or a dude and his wife. And maybe there's a limit. It's like teams of under 10 or something. So even if they've got backing, even if Elon Musk goes to somebody and says, here's a stack of money while I'm being an idiot on this overpriced platform I bought, you can be here working on a game. And good luck to you, right? And if it's that, fine. Who cares where the money came from? It's about what are you doing with less people, with the smallest number of resources. I don't know. Moving forward, you're going to start having AI do things that, take the part of what a lot of people do. So you're going to have AI music, AI dialogue generators, AI, some image generation. So then you have to ask, well, are we giving the award to somebody who mostly use AI to do it? Should we give it to the AI, or do we have a separate category about least amount of AI used and the award goes to? I don't know. These are the things to talk about. I agree, Calhoun, but how do you define small studio? What is the definition? Let's say you got a bunch of money to start your small studio, but it's still a small studio. Are you independent, or are you dependent on somebody else? That's literally the opposite word. Dependent. Are you dependent on the money of Tencent or whoever did it? And does that mean you are no longer independent? And does this even matter? Like, why are we even doing it? Why can't we just have awards for games and say this year's best? Like, really, really broaden out the genres, because there's so much subgenre now. Back in the 16-bit era, you could say platformer, fighting game, racing game, RPG. And you could get away with most games, right? But we don't live in that world. There's a lot of really interesting stuff happening that is kind of hard to define. It doesn't fit into those easy slots. So, I don't know. We just have to rethink it and figure out what we actually want to celebrate and what effect we want in all of this to have. Oops, that's black. We don't want black. Do you know what I'm saying? I may not even be the right person to make a suggestion, but I feel like it's just wrong, and we're going to just have arguments about it forever if we don't do something about it. If these awards matter, and I think that they do, for small devs like that, they do matter. Like, if your small game gets big recognition for its excellence, that is good for you and your studio. And it means that you're going to be able to parlay that into more money, more investment, more whatever, more sales of your game, a better chance of seeing you return with your follow-up game, all that. I think we want to encourage that. So whatever we need to do to encourage that would be my grand suggestion. Which clearly has been. I'm sure I've thought of every contingency and every issue. I'm sure that there's nothing to be discussed after I have figured it out. Yeah, lot wook. That's the problem, right? We're talking about definitions. They're broad. They're either too broad. If we're trying to make everybody agree. But that's never true. I mean, in some ways, Hollywood has it easy because they basically just say, the stuff that matters is, stuff that matters is who was your best actor, who was your best actress, who was your best film, and now we have an animation category, and that's easy to separate. Also, short films have to be such and such length or shorter, and that's how they get in there. It's just a lot less minutia in film and television because a game that you're playing, which is another form of art, is so subjective across the board. Like mechanically, you could separate it and say, well, this is a racing game versus a fighting game. Or this is a sports game versus a serious RPG. I mean, those are easy distinctions to make. But then when you start getting weird about best independent game, I mean, there's a reason the Oscars doesn't do best independent film. You notice that? They don't do it. Why? Because you can't define it. I mean, you can call certain movies independent and call them indie in their time, like you were saying earlier about Tarantino and Pulp Fiction or Reservoir Dogs or whatever. But what is that now? And where do you draw the line? Is it because IFC helped produce it? Well, if that's true, they do a lot of independent stuff, but they are also a company that makes millions of dollars and are publicly traded. It's not really indie. So maybe we've made the mistake of even having the category. If the goal was to see sales and interest in a game happen, well, then I'm all for it, and I guess I can live with inconsistencies. But if we just are doing it to do it, because it seemed like a good idea in a boardroom or something, maybe just rethink it and don't have that. And let the games be what they are on their own. Don't be nervous about putting a quote-unquote indie title that's, 2D graphics and throwback in a lot of ways. Don't be afraid to put that up in a big category and say this is among the best games of the year. So therefore, we have 10 to 20 category or 10 or 20 candidates, and it's one of them. I don't know, man. Yeah, it's kind of like what the Golden Globes tried to do with all their weird subcategories. They just have too many. It's too much. All right, what are we working on next? Let's see. Let's get this black tar looking stuff. Think about like that. You might think painting or doing color manually like this is tedious. I actually find it so relaxing. This just chills me the F out. Also, what happened to my music? Oh, it ended. Let's put that Ori on again. That was good yesterday. Oh, sorry, Travis. I missed what you were saying. Travis and I often agree. And happy birthday, by the way. I know we already did this on TMS, but you deserve additional shout-outs. Shout-outs. I can probably dupe this and then save a little bit of time. Actually, I know what I'm going to do. I know exactly what I'm going to do. So we're going to take that. Let's see. Let's give us another layer. And let's do... So it's just a slightly darker version of that, right? Yeah. So I'll go into here. Yeah. I like that. All right, so that whole piece now. Just dupe it. Shit. Might not be as easy as I wanted. There we go. Worth it! It's not exactly right. Close enough. Close enough. What they say? Good enough for government work? That's still a phrase, isn't it? Okay, so this one's going to go all the way around and go down here. And lastly, good enough. Good enough for this. All right. Done. Wappo. Okay. As you can tell, there's a lot of repetitive stuff. We picked a 5-sided thing that I have to dink with. All right. What else we got? I'm keeping an eye on the chats. If you guys have anything you want to ask, please ask. I realize this may not be the most exciting thing for some of you to watch, but I still hope that you enjoy it, you know? Is it going to be too dark? I think it is. There we go. Let's do that middle bit. Probably do the dark. I'll figure it out. The one thing people don't talk a lot about, we are living in an embarrassment of riches era when it comes to music and gaming. It's just we are so in a cooler place. I don't know if I like that. You know what? I might do that later. Hold on. What if it was really light? What if it was even more light? Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that. Anyway, what was my point? I have this problem when I draw and talk. This is something I got to get better at. I really admire people who can, my brain, you can hear it. You can hear me stumbling over stuff. When I'm just focused on stream and I'm talking, I can just talk. And for whatever reason, that's fine. Full faculties. But when I'm drawing and talking, it's like my brain's using two very different parts of me, of my I'm sorry. I'm using two very different parts of my brain. Even just putting the pen down and talking while I was doing that made me say it wrong. That is so weird to me. And people who can harness that, like, communication left side stuff while they're right braining real hard, I admire the hell out of that because I have a hard time with it. Why do we have a little errant dot there? I don't like that at all. All right, we're almost done. Okay, we got to copy. Let me think about this for a second. I think the ring of that ought to be... I don't know. Let's talk about inspirations. If you guys had to guess, I'll give you a hint here. It's somebody who I followed very closely in the 80s as a kid. That I worshiped, basically. He was the greatest ever. He passed away not too long ago. At the ripe age of almost 90, I think. And to this day, I don't think I've ever admired anyone more art-wise. Yeah. KT Data, when I do switching on the shows, to me, they're in the same category of brain function. I could be wrong about that, but I think that's how I get through that okay, because it's still kind of the same brain. Whereas, all right, do we like red? I think I do like red. I feel like I need it. Well, that's the same color as those, and those are kind of like jewels. Do I really want to do that? Yeah, I do. But if I had to draw and do a show, it'd be impossible. Like a proper, recorded podcast thing, it's not going to work. One of these days, I'm going to get Kevin. I'm going to build my dream studio. If I have my way, it'll be downtown. I'll live in a loft above it. And down below it, there'll be a front place where me and Carter can run an art gallery for our art and stuff. She can also make her rice bowls, a little cafe. And then we'll have a sound studio and music, or a recording studio with video and all that. And Kevin will be my technical manager. He will do all that shit. I would do that in a heartbeat if I could figure out a way. All right, we're going to do this right here. Pretty sure that's going to look good. Let's try it. Nope, I don't like it. Need some kind of brighter. I don't know, let's try that. And then I'll lighten it. And we'll go on top of that. Do some. Okay, I'm happy with that. Well, we're almost there. Let's see. Oh, I never answered the question. I love Sergio Aragonis, but that is not him, although I loved him. I love all those mad guys. But you're right. You're in the category. You're in the right place. Al Jaffe was great. Sergio was great. But who else from that era of Mad Magazine would I choose? And I'll say this. In my mind, he is the master. Nobody got better. And there's some real close calls, like Jim Davis. Amazing. Love Jim Davis. But the one to rule them all. I just know one of you's going to get it. I just know it. But I pert near worship this guy. I loved his stuff so much. I'll say he did, here's the hint, he did a lot of covers, and he also did a lot of the parody stuff. So if you were going to do, you know, a Star Trek movie, a Wrath of Khan or something, he would be the one doing that. Not Bartolo. He just wrote, didn't he, Dick? I think Dick just wrote. I don't think he drew. Don Martin, used to love him too. Not him, though. We're talking covers, and like if you're going to do a TV show, if you're going to do, you know, I don't know, X-Files, you're going to do a parody of the X-Files. Who would you have doing the art? Not Jim Davis, sorry, Jack Davis. I was saying Jim Davis earlier. Nothing wrong with Jim Davis. You give up? Mort Drucker, man. That dude, nothing like him before or since, as far as I'm concerned. If you're not familiar with Mort's work, you go look that shit up and you go, oh, man. Scott was right. Has Scott ever been so right, you would say to yourself? It's so, oh, he's so good. I wanted to be him, and I never will be even close. But I wanted to be him so bad. When I was a kid, I was just like, man, who draws like this? And if you ever had like a book he illustrated or whatever, I would buy it. Chat says he and Dick DiBartolo is still doing the Jizz Whiz or whatever, the Jizz Whiz, Giz Whiz with it's not with Twit anymore, though, right? Is he doing with Chad? Did Twit cancel that? I thought him and Leo were doing that. I will admit I've not been over there in a while. Probably did Giz Whiz, yeah. Okay, well, we're going to give that the old shoveroo here. No, not overlay, hard light. And then boop, 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 boop. Boop. All right. What else can we add? I think we might be done. You know what I'm saying? Know what I mean, Vern? Actually, I don't want that. I don't like it. Didn't do what I wanted. Okay, here's what we do to make this thing seem even cooler than it is. First, we pick the rotation we want. I think it's that. And then we do this tricksy thing I want to do here. So we go, whir, whir, whir. group, and then we want to take that group and dupe it. Take that group, flatten it, and then we're going to go motion blur that shit. Slow that one down. And then we're going to I don't know what background to do. Okay. And then I want to go like this. Here. And then we do this. We take that and we lighten it some. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, so now the final touch. Yeah, I like that. You gotta like lighten this up a tad. Then see, so I start getting all focused and I stop talking. See, that's what I was worried about. I try to be So, okay. Good enough. And then we sign it. Oops. That's too big. Let me just shrink that signature down. Put it right here. Not too obtrusive. There we go. The Film Sack Krull glaive. It's the Krull glaive. Tell your friends about the Krull glaive. If you're a Film Sack patron, you'll and you're at the level you need to be for that, that'll be going out to you ASAP. Hey, there's Greg Street's thing I drew for him. Whee! Anyway, I think that'll do it for now. Might be on later for more. I don't know. It's entirely possible that I will be. And if I am, well, you'll want to come back and see. I don't know, will you? It's up to you. You don't have to do anything. I can't tell you what to do. But I will tell you guys are all awesome. And I can't wait to see you again. Bye now. Oh, thanks for all the subs and the super chats and the whatnots. It means a lot. Thank you very much.